Welcome everybody to Raise the Roof, a virtual fundraiser for Big Skills Tiny Homes. I'm Brian Callanan, your MC for the evening. I'm a longtime friend of Rob Brown's, who's on the BSTH board. I'm really glad to be here tonight to support two causes I really believe in, that we all believe in, and that's building skills for young people and providing homes to those in need. So we have a great night ahead here. You're going to hear from some students. You're going to hear from people who have received new homes from BSTH. You're also going to find out how your donation is making a difference. I want to talk with the executive director of Big Skills Tiny Homes. He's the founder, he's the CEO. Sean Tickner is here. Sean is joining us live here this evening. And Sean, why do you think people should be supporting Big Skills Tiny Homes?
Well, people should definitely be supporting because it's a double win. One, we are creating skills and skilled labor in our community, and we're providing housing. Both are so important.
What kind of impact do you think that you're having on these students you've been able to teach and train? This is quite a process you go through with them for several months here. What is that like to connect with these students, Sean?
It's total joy. You see all the time, you see that light bulb go off, that moment where they've learned something that they're never going to forget. They're going to have that skill with them the rest of their lives.
And I know you work with a nonprofit partner to figure out where that home goes. That's a very difficult thing to do, but
Tiny Pine Foundation, fantastic organization dedicated to helping fire survivors. And they pair me with somebody, and I just love that. I love being paired with somebody because I can call them and I can talk to them and I can say, you know, what kind of toilet are you going to need? What kind of hot water heater is going to work for you? Right. What are your priorities? In a tiny house, you got to look at your priorities because you can't have everything.
Giving someone a new home, what's that like?
Your heart swells, and it's housing is so important. A safe, wonderful place to sleep is so important. You know, having that security it means so much.
That is really something else, and I'm so glad you bring this up. You build tiny homes, but you think big. I know that about you, Sean. And Sean, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you and appreciate your work, sir.
Thank you so much, Brian. My pleasure.
I actually had the pleasure of talking with some of these students just a few days ago. They've got a lot to say about how you are helping them personally with your donations tonight and how you're helping the mission of Big Skills Tiny Homes too. Let's listen.
This job's really important to me because I've joined a crew of pretty fabulous people. And we've gotten to know one another, and we joke with one another, and we support one another.
It's a really interesting dynamic having us all around, but kind of like working all together and kind of seeing how we can play off each other and learn from each other has been really interesting. And I've definitely done some growing up just working with a crew like that.
It's just been really, really empowering, especially as a woman. I'm 58 years old, and being able to dive in and build a home has been really an incredible project.
And you really get a chance to see maybe what you're good at, what you'd like to do in the future. I think that was probably the best part of this.
I think the mission of Big Skills Tiny Home is deeply important, to give all kinds of people the opportunity to pick up a hammer and a screwdriver and learn all kinds of things, from woodworking to electrical and plumbing.
And I think these are skills that once you learn them, no one can take them away from you.
Especially now with like this year and COVID and everything, so many people are homeless. So it's like a really, really, just like the skills, it's just like really practical thing to do.
And it really helped me sort of find a way to utilize my brain for problem solving that I just had not been able to find in school and other jobs.
It's just super honorable work by Sean, really. You know, you build a house and then you give it to a homeless person. You know, it's like a direct thing you can feel good about.
I get to build somebody's home along with 4 or 5 other people, and it's an incredible gift. So it's such a win-win.
Once we've gotten these skills, we can actually use them for something other than ourselves. And that's really amazing. I don't think you see that too often, and I think that's a really special part of this organization.
To be able to contribute to something larger than yourself, meaning building a tiny home and then donating it to a fire victim of this past horrible fire season, it works for everybody. It works for Sean, our mentor. It works for us. We have a purpose. We have a reason for doing this.
I have found the opportunity to build a house for somebody who lost their home to be one of the most amazing projects of my life.
Such inspiring words from all of those students. A big thanks to all of them for sharing with me, for sharing with us. And now, thanks to all of you who are here tonight for giving. You can donate at bit.ly/Big Skills, all caps, all one word, or text Big Skills to 44321. I want to see those donations. I want to give you a look here at what the crew has been up to. Check it out. We're going to bring in a very special guest. We've talked about this throughout the evening here. John Morgan. We're bringing him in live, I should say, from Berry Creek, northeast of Lake Oroville. John just received a new house from Big Skills Tiny Homes a few days ago. John, you have been waiting for months for this new home. What is it like to be in your new house?
I'm still in shock. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
And I want to thank everybody that took part and helped build it. I don't know what to say. I'm a little short of words.
No, I know it's a lot. And who's that by your side there? We got an introduction to your dogs a little earlier. Who's that?
That's Hoda.
Hoda, right? Okay, a lot of curling up with Hoda is going to be happening here. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, John, I wanted to make sure that I let people know there's definitely a tragic side to this story. I'm going to show people some of the images and videos from the Bear Fire that happened last year in September. This took your home. This took many others in Berry Creek. Homes were lost. Lives were lost during the most devastating fire season in California's history. I want you, if you could, reach back to that difficult day in September. You lost your home. You barely had any time to react or evacuate. What was going on?
Yeah, we were just trying to get out with the animals and get out safe. There's only 2 ways off the mountain. Propane tank started blowing up, and it was pretty scary and chaotic getting off the mountain.
Yeah, that was incredibly scary, and I think you can really express it maybe more than anybody else watching. Why is Big Skills Tiny Homes such an important project? What is this whole thing meant to you, and why should people be giving tonight? That's what I'm really trying to get to. What do you think?
Yeah, it's meant everything. It's a new start.
You asked to be on a list to possibly obtain one of these homes, and then a call came in. Let me know about that process. What was that like?
I couldn't believe it. I had to pull over and double check 2-3 times who it was. I thought maybe it was a prank call or somebody was messing with me. I just want to thank everybody again, people that donated, everybody that helped build it, people involved with anybody that was involved with it. It means so much. And just can't thank everybody enough.
Absolutely. John, I thank you for spending the time with us. Hang in there in Berry Creek. We are really proud of the new home that you've been able to receive, and I know you're very happy with it too. So thanks very much for checking in, John.
Thank you again.
Folks, let's do this for John Morgan, shall we? Let's reach back and really give. You know all those giving levels. I want you to think big. Think about the people you're helping, like John. Think about the students you're training, like Karen, Zev, Sandy, Greg, with skills that will last a lifetime. We need to raise that roof here, folks. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to do that. We're going to make sure that we keep these donation links open at least through the end of this week and far beyond, so we can make sure we get to that $30,000 level. I wanted to thank you once again, everybody, for tuning in here this evening. I'm Brian Callanan. It has been such a pleasure to be with you. Thank you for giving. Thank you for helping raise the roof for Big Skills Tiny Homes. We will see you next time.